All right, so let's move on. Let's jump into our new segment. It is time for sudden substitution.
It's the third week. It's not a new segment anymore. Get over it.
The third week's not new?
This could be someone's first time listening to the podcast. They'll be like, wow, they went into that one segment. Didn't really seem like they knew what they were doing. And those people should know that.
If they've made it this far, they know we don't know what we're doing.
Look, man, don't remind people to turn this cast off. You should be telling people to go to
conscious decision. Yeah.
Tell them to go to patreon.com/brainstorm brewery and they can give us $1 a month, which is 20 or 25 cents an episode. They can have access to the Discord where people in the Discord will be like, hey, that new segment's still finding its footing. And they'll be like, oh, okay, I was correct not to turn it off. So,
well, there you go. So everybody, welcome into Sudden Substitution. This is where we take a popular but expensive Commander staple and give you some budget options to replace it. So this week, we're going to talk about a pretty old one, a pretty pricey one, Vampiric Tutor. This is, of course, 1 mana, $75, instant speed. Search your library for a card, put it on top, then lose 2 life to set up your next draw step. So the card is very expensive anywhere you go. The newer versions are all over 100. So Vampiric Tutor, that's a tough one. How can we do better? We're looking for tutors that you can replace Vampiric Tutor with. So DJ, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Sure. This is a card that was actually recently printed and close to my heart. Scheming Symmetry from Magic Core Set 2020. And it is close enough to Vampiric Tutor in that it's 1 mana. It puts a card on top of your deck. Downside, it's not instant speed. And potential downside, potential upside, you get to pick somebody else who gets to put a card on top of their deck. I'm a Gonti player. I have yet to find one of these in the wild that is damaged enough to be worth my while. But
okay.
I joyously await the day where I can cast this and just play that ultimate mind game with somebody, because I have Gonti in my command zone and I could pick somebody, and if they pick a bad card, then maybe I'll just Gonti somebody else.
Yeah.
If they pick a good card, maybe I'll Gonti them. Maybe they can pick a bad card and I'll Gonti them anyway. It's a very, very crazy.
You don't get to know what they get.
You got Gaunt.
Right, which is part of the fun, which makes the person not, oh god, do I search for that Cyclonic Rift or not?
Yeah. I agree. That's actually pretty cool in Gonti. I like it.
So if you're just casually running things over with a chair,
DJ's looking for one. There you go. All right, I'll jump in next.
Scheming Symmetry is $2.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Not 100.
All right, I'll jump in next. I love this card, originally from I believe Shadowmoor, Beseech the Queen. So you can pay 3 black mana for it, or you can pay 2 instead of one of those black symbols. You get to search your library for a card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control, put it into your hand. So sorcery speed, 3 mana, tutor. It does have to be black, but the good news is you can be a little flexible. If you have 2 black, you can play 2 black and then 2 colorless, 2 generic, and you get a tutor. So this is a really good card. I think a lot of times it's certainly not going to be worse than something like a Diabolic Tutor. And in the upsides, it's going to be a 3-mana Demonic Tutor. It's really great. So like this card a lot. I think more people should play it.
You're also always searching for something you can cast theoretically, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, because
you're very rarely searching for cards that you can't cast, right? With like Demonic Tutor or Vampire. You're not like, it's turn 3, I better get my 7 drop, like unless it's some weird discardy reanimate shenanigans, but like Beseech the Queen, you're always getting something that you can theoretically cast.
Yeah, that's neat too. All right, Jason, what do you got?
Well, I have a card that, since I'm an EDH player, a card that doesn't really have as much of a downside in EDH, and its negative is actually kind of a positive. This card is Diabolic Intent. It was originally in Planeshift, and it was, for about the last 5 years, it was cruising around at like $10, and then all of a sudden it got really expensive once people started being like, oh, well, as additional cost to play this card, you sack a creature? Well, I have a creature I want to sacrifice. So then it became a sack outlet plus a Demonic Tutor, and everyone was super into that. Diabolic Intent was reprinted in Battle Bond, and the price, plummeted under $10. But it's back up around 20, so You know, it was a nice recovery for that. You know, if you got in real cheap,
Yeah.
you made some money, or you just didn't spend what you have to spend now. And if you bought that Diabolic Intent for like $20 and you watch it go to 10, you're like, ah, son of a, you watched it recover, you know? So it's nice not to lose $10. So I think a lot of people were happy with that reprinting. I like sets like Battle Bond where they take risks like that. I like tutors that have downsides that are actually upsides in EDH. And I like cards that recover their value.